Okay, good. So this is 5D, factorizing by grouping and non-monic trinomials. So the first part is about grouping. And when I have a situation like this where these two factors are the same, I can take out that factor and then I write the leftovers down. And so that's factorizing by grouping. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to look at these two and say they have a 3 in common. And I'll look at these two and say they have an n in common. These two are now the same, so I can factorize that factor out, and I'm left with 3 plus n. Okay, now non-monic trinomial means that there's something other than a 1 in front of the x squared. So the x squared coefficient is not 1, this number here. So to do that, I'm going to use this method called the ABC method, or ACB, sorry, where I multiply, this is like ax squared plus bx plus c. So the a, the b, and the c are the coefficients in that problem. So I multiply the a times the c, and I put the b down. And I have to get two numbers that multiply to 9, so this is the times one, and add to 10. Well, that's 9 and 1. So I can split the middle term now. So I can write this as 3x squared plus 9x plus 1x plus 3. So all I did was rewrite 10x as that. That's what that allowed me to do. And now I do the factoring by grouping. So I can say there's a 3x there. That's x plus 3. And there's nothing in common there. So I'm just going to put a 1. I get x plus 3. Now these two are the same. So I factorize that out, and that's 3x plus 1. Cool. So I'm going to try it here. So I'm going to do the ACB method, multiply a times c, and write the b down. So I need two things that multiply to give me positive 10, but add to give me negative 11. So the negative times a negative is positive. So negative 10 times negative 1 multiplies to positive 10 and adds to negative 11. So now I can split the middle term by writing, and it doesn't really matter if I write the 10 first or the 1 first. It's not going to make any difference. These have an x in common, and these have a negative 5 in common. So when I take out a negative 5, this changes to positive 2x, and this changes to negative 1, because a negative times a negative gives a positive. You've got to be really careful with those negatives. These two are in common. It's fine. Done. Okay. Down here, two things that multiply to 40, positive 40, and add to negative 22. Okay. So I might look at that and go, oh gosh, I don't know. It's 4 times 10. That's not getting me anywhere. It's 20 times 2. And they have to both be negative. So negative times a negative is a positive, and a negative plus a negative is a negative. So I can split the middle term. Being really careful with these negatives again. The sign is changing because I'm taking out a negative. So these are the same. And I'm done. And the last one, 6 times 10. Oh, no, oh yeah. 60, and I want to get 19. So let's see. These are all positive. So I think this is going to be 15 times 4. We just used that earlier. So I get 6x squared plus 15x plus 4x plus 10. 3 can go in there, 3x, and 2. Of course, this looks a lot easier when I'm doing it than when you try to do it. It takes quite a lot of thinking. That's it. Okay, and those are the problems for 5D.